Yeah, hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain you how in the modern periodic table proposed by Mr. Moseley has arranged the elements in the periodic table. As you all know, right, elements in the modern periodic table has been arranged basing upon the atomic number. Atomic number means number of protons present in that one. Earlier to that one, Mr. Mendeleev has come forward. He has arranged in the periodic table, but of course, right, he arranged according to atomic weights. Moseley is the person who has arranged in terms of atomic number. So if you check it out, the periodic table which is present inside, right, the elements are arranged, of course, in the horizontal rows, right? He has arranged in the horizontal rows, which are nothing but the periods, right? And in the same way, he arranged in the vertical columns. We call these as groups. These are nothing but the vertical columns, right? Vertical columns. Right, these are nothing but the vertical columns, right? So of course, right, if you check it out, how many number of groups are there and how many number of periods are there, you can check it out, right? So now in my earlier video, I have already explained you how the elements are arranged in the groups. Now in this video, I'm going to arrange how the elements are going to arrange in terms of periods. This is the concept of the day now, right? Let's come back to the concept there. Right. So my concept here is clear. Now let's come back to the first period. Let's come back to the first period. The first period is nothing but this. All right. Before that one, let me clearly tell you the horizontal rows in the horizontal rows. If you check it out, the horizontal rows in the periodic table are called as periods. So this is nothing but the horizontal row. Right. So the horizontal rows are nothing but the periods. Yes, that is the first point what I am discussing. And the second one, there are 7 periods in the modern periodic table. Right. So if you check it out here, I'm giving you the instructions here. So this is the first period. This is the second period, the horizontal one. This is the third period, fourth period, fifth period, sixth period, seventh period, right? That is what the point says. There are 7 periods in the modern periodic table, right? So that's clearly given there. There are 7 periods in the modern periodic table, right? Of course, if you check it out, first period, we are labeling it as 1 and the second period as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Right, so they are nothing but the Arabic numerals, Arabic Romanals. Of course, you know, Roman numbers are nothing but he labeled it as 1, 2, and 3 and 4, whereas Arabic we denote it as 1, 2, 3, and so on. So the periods are represented by Arabic numerals. That's what the point says. Now let's come back here. This is the main concept. This is the main concept of what we are going to discuss now. So see the main concept. The number of main shells in the atom decides the period to which the element belongs. Right. As you all know, we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 periods are there. But to which period does a particular element belongs to? Right. I am having some oxygen. Where does that oxygen belong? Suppose I am having something like sodium. Where does that sodium belong? Is the sodium of the first period or the second period, the third period? How to know that one? So here the point says the number of main shells, how many main shells are there in that atom, right? In that atom of that element decides to in which period does it belongs. To give you an example, I'm coming forward with an element by name sodium. Right. So sodium, if you check it out, I have shown you in the side by picture with the orbits. I had given 3 examples there. In every example, this is example 1 I have chosen, and this is example 2 I have chosen, and this is example 3 I have chosen. In the first example, I have explained you with the help of number of shells with orbit structure, which is nothing but the sodium. The second example I have shown you with the help of electronic configuration, and the third example directly I went with the elements. I had given 3 examples to you to explain you the number of main shells in the atom decides the period to which it belongs. राइट जो कौन सा ऑर्बिट में रहता है इन्हें और कौन सा पीरियड में रहता है इन्हें अपन कितने ऑर्बिट्स है देख के अपन पहचान सकते हैं कौन सा पीरियड में इन्हें बिलोंग होता. एग्जाम्पल, लेट अस गो फॉर द सोडियम. Sodium, as you all know, atomic number is 11, right? So how many orbits does it have? If you go with the electronic configuration, it is nothing but 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, and 3s1. Means as we are able to see the number 3, it means it is having 3 orbits. Let us go. 1s2 means 2 electrons are placed in the first orbit. All right, 2s2, 2p6, 2s2, 2p6 both belong to the second orbit. Means 2s2, 2p6, totally there are 8. There are totally 8 if you go for 2s2, 2p6. Earlier I said it is 1s2. I placed these 2 electrons in the first orbit, right? Now 2s2, 2p6, that is 2 plus 6, totally 8 electrons. As n is equal to 2, which is nothing but L shell, I have placed in the second orbit. Means in the second orbit, totally 8 electrons are there. Now the next one is 3s1. Why? Because sodium is nothing but atomic number 1. 3s1 means n is equal to 3 there. So here if it is k, if this is L and this becomes the m orbit. Yes, this is nothing but the m orbit. So how many electrons are placed in that one? We have placed only 1 electron. Means whatever it might be the electronic idea. I'm not talking about where is the last electron present. I'm saying how many orbits are there. If you check it out, n is equal to 3, principal quantum number 3, m is the orbit. Means how many total orbits are there? 1, 2, and 3. Totally 3 orbits are there. Means by this what we can say? That there are 3 orbits. Means the element sodium belongs to the third orbit. That's what I say here. Right. So sodium belonging to the third orbit. It has 3 main shells. Therefore, sodium belongs to the third orbit. Now, let us come back to the example 2. Just now I have explained you with the sodium. Now I am coming to the hydrogen. Hydrogen, you know, atomic number is nothing but 1. Hydrogen, atomic number is 1. So electronic configuration, just now I said it is nothing but 1s1. It's nothing but 1s1. By seeing there n is equal to 1, by seeing n is equal to 1, we can say it is nothing but the k orbit. Means it is around the nucleus, it is having first orbit, right? So 1s1, principal quantum number is 1 there. So directly we can say, oh, there is only 1 orbit and the orbit is nothing but the k. Right. If there is only 1 orbit, we can directly say it belongs to the first period. Period 1 means hydrogen belongs to the period 1. There you can check it out. Hydrogen is belonging to the period 1. All right, that is the second example. In the same way, if you check it out, I'm clearly giving it here. If you check it out, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, all those comes, they contain 2 shells, that is K and L. So here by seeing this one, as there are 2 main shells, I can say totally there are, they belong to the second orbit. If you want, I am giving you example, lithium atomic number 3, it is 1s2, 2s1. And the neon 1s2, 2s2, and 2p6. See, here itself we are saying that here n is equal to 1 means k orbit, and here n is equal to 2 means L orbit. Totally first and second there are 2 orbits. So as there are 2 orbits, they can directly belongs to the second period. If you check it out here, second period, they contain with all our elements, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, all those elements are able to be seen here. So that is what the point says. Means the number of shells, the number of main shells decides to which the atom belongs. That is the main concept of what I'm showing you. Now let us come to the second main point, right? If you check it out, every period is beginning with the right S subshell. That is what, right. Okay, that is what. Every period begins with S subshell and every period ends with the S subshell. If you check it out, period 1, of course, here I had given the point, except to the first period. Except to the first period. First period, if you check it out, right? First period, if you check it out there, right, here it is 1s1 means S subshell and ending also with 1s2, atomic number 2. right? Here also ending with S subshell only. This is also S subshell or S block elements. Right, hydrogen belongs to S block elements, whereas here helium also belongs to S block elements. They end up with S subshell. This is an exception. But the remaining all, if you go for period 2 or period 3 or what are all the periods, every period begins with S subshell. Yes, this is nothing but the S subshell, and every period ends with P subshell. If you check it out, every except to the first period. Right. That is how. So means by this, what we are able to understand, you are able to say that the number of elements in a period depends upon how the electrons are filled. Right. If you check it out, what we said in the first point means the number of subshells decides, if you see, the number of subshells decides in which period it belongs. That is the case 1. That is case 1, or that is the first procedure, what we are saying. This is the case 1 or the rule 1. Right. The number of main shells decides to the orbit which it belongs. In the same way, the way the electrons are filled, first they are filling S orbital, next S subshell, second which subshell they are filling, right? First they are filling S, right? If it is straight away filling P, it will be in one style. Otherwise, it may fill S first. Later on, it may come to D. Later on, it may come to P. This is a case, right? Style 1. This is nothing but the style 1. It may fill straight away S first, later on B. Second style, it may fill S first, later on it may go to D, later on it may go to P. That might be the style 2. Right. Later on, we are having one more style, that is style 3. First begins with S. Later on, if it goes to F, then it comes to D, then it fills P. So, but wherever it might, if you check it out, on all the 4 styles begins with the S. If you check it out, it is beginning with the S. Here also it begins with S. Here also in second style, in the third style also it begins with S. In the same way, every style ends with the P. Here also P. Here also P. Here also P. But in between, the way they are filling matters. The way they are filling matters. This is also one of the factor. In my next sessions of the same video, I will give you example how which element is filling how. So it goes on in one style in the first period. It goes on different style. It may be style 1 or style 2 or style 3. Right, in the third period, of course, I can clearly tell you now. Style 1, where I said style 1 is nothing but S comma P. This goes on with period 1, period 2, and period 3. I said style 2, which is nothing but first S, later on D, later on P. This goes with for period 4, period 5, and these are the 2 things which goes on in style 2. Whereas style 3, right, I said S comes first, later on F, later on D, later on P. This goes on with period 6 and period 7. So as I said you, right, the style in which they are filling, are they filling first S and second P? Or are they filling S first, P, next D and next P, or S, F, D, P? Are they filling like this? The way they are filling matters. That also determines in which the period they are entering. Yeah. Now, basing upon the 2 rules, whatever I have said, right, rule 1 and rule 2, right, rule 1 says basing upon the number of shells it has. Right. Rule 2 says basing upon the way of filling of electrons, right, in orbit. Right. Basing upon these two rules, yes, the modern periodic table, as we are able to observe, the modern periodic table has been arranged by Mr. Moseley. Right. Now, let me clearly explain in which period what kind of elements are there. Right. Now, if you go with the first period, I can show right here, it is clearly shown to you. If you think about the first period, the starting shell, right, in the first period, what are all the elements present in the first period, right? Yes, we have decided these are the elements present in the first period. It might be hydrogen or it might be helium. right? For both hydrogen and helium, the starting shell is K. The starting shell is K, and the present subshells, what are the subshells present in the first period element are nothing but the 1s. If you go to hydrogen, it is 1s1. If you go to helium, it is 1s2, right? 1s1 and 1s2 means what are all the subshells present there? The subshells are nothing but the S there. Right, so they both belongs to the first period. That is what the point says. In the period one, the starting shell is K and the subshells present are 1s. And how they are, that's what I said. We are having three styles: style 1, style 2, and style 3. Right, style 1 goes with S and B filling, style 2 goes with SDP, and style 3 goes SFDP. Right. In the first period elements, what is the style? What is the order of filling? As it is having only one, so we take only one style. Of course, only one, that is 1s. Totally, how many elements are there? The total elements are 2, and they both belong to the S block elements. As clearly I said you, both hydrogen and helium, they both belong to the S block elements. This is what they are having. Both hydrogen and helium belongs to the S block element. Whereas what kind of electronic configurations? We are having two styles, what I said. The first style is nothing but 1s1, and the second style is nothing but 1s2. So that is what. So we are having these. I like to repeat it. First period, period 1. Just now we are taking it is nothing but the period 1. Right. The starting shell here is nothing but the K. For both hydrogen and helium, it is nothing but starting shell is K. And in both hydrogen and helium, we are having only one subshell, that is 1s. One subshell. And what kind of an order of filling? Which one? As it is having only one subshell, right, in the first orbit, only that is filled first. That is what? 1s2 filled with 1 or 2. Right. Totally, how many elements are there? There are 2 elements in the first period, and they both, hydrogen and helium, both belong to S block element. And what are the type of electronic configurations? We are having 1s1 and 1s2. This is the complete picture about the first period. This is the first picture clearly shown. Now, let us come back to the second period here. It's nothing but the second period. All this comes under second period here, right? I am telling the story of the second period here, which it is clearly arranged in the periodic table, right? So now second period is nothing but P2, as we are discussing here. Second period is nothing but second period is 2, and the starting shell, like right, which shell, right, the elements present in the second periodic table, right, second period, their starting shell will be L, right here. If you take lithium, right, here all the elements present there, of course, right, here it is nothing but 1s2, right, 2s2, and 1s2, and which is that one? Hydrogen, helium, lithium, atomic number 3. It's nothing but here the starting shell, it starts with the 2s. Are you able to understand? It's nothing but starting shell. We are taking it as a, yeah. So here I have changed the word. Here I have changed the word as outermost shell. The first period, you can see the outermost shell as K. For the second period, all the elements present in the second period, you can see the outermost shell as L, right? The total number of, or the maximum number of orbits present, or the last electron enters into L, right? And in the second period, for all the elements present in the second period, it might be lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, all the second period elements, right? The subshells present are 2s and 2p. Right, and the order of filling, they are following the style 1. Style 1, first S fills, later on the P fills. Right, in the S we are filling 2 electrons, in the P we are filling 6 electrons. Totally there are 8 elements present in the second period. Right, so totally there you can count this one, 2, totally 8 elements are present. In that 8 elements, 2 are of S block elements. Right, in that 8 elements, 2 are of S block elements and 6 are of P block elements. And the electronic configurations you can see, there are 8 type of electronic configurations we can see there. The first type of electronic configuration goes for lithium, ending is 2s1. And the beryllium, right, this is the second type of electronic configuration, which is the ending with, right, 2s2. Lithium, if you go for that one, atomic number 3, 1s2, 2s1. This is ending with 2s1. Later on, beryllium, if you go for that one, it is nothing but 1s2 and is 2s2. The ending is 2s2. This is the second type of electronic configuration. This is a type 1 and this is type 2. All right. In the same way, for all the p block elements, if you go for boron, right, the electronic configuration 2s2, 2p, right. If you go for this one, it's nothing but 1s2. 2s2, 2p1, right, means totally 5 electrons are there. But if you check it out, this is common. The last one we are seeing it as 2p1, that is 2s2, 2p1. This is the outermost orbits electronic configuration, that is the type 3. In the same way, going for 2p2, 2p3, till we go for 2p6. Totally, we are having 8 type of electronic configurations. Now, if you go for all the elements in the present in the third period, how Mr. Moseley has arranged for all the elements present in the third period, as I said you, the outermost shell is M for them. Right. For all the periods present in the third period, first period, second period, and third period, means the third period, all the elements belongs to third period here. All right. They end up with, right, all the elements present in the third period end up with the third shell, that is M. All right. And the order of filling is nothing but first 3s is filled. Right, first 3s is filled. Of course, however, as there are n is equal to 3, we can accept 3s, 3p, and 3d subshells presenting in the third period or a third shell. Right, if m is the shell, obviously it has as n is equal to 3, principal quantum number is 3, we will be expecting 3 subshells, that is 3s and 3p and 3d. But here the matters, here the way of filling matters, as Moseley said the second rule, way of filling matters. Here, according to the second rule, it is following the second style, that is 3s is filled first, later on 3d is filled first, right, then we go for 4s. Are you able to understand? Right, now. Right, first, right, we are going to fill this one like this. It is nothing but 3p. Okay, so here the order of filling is clearly given to us. Here the order of filling, right, how? Though it is having 3s, 3p, and 3d, right? First 3s is filled, second 3p is filled, but 3d is not filled. 3d is filled only after 4s is filled. All right. Later on, for the fourth orbit, we go for 4p. Here it is nothing but a 4p here. Right. It is nothing but it is nothing but 4p there. Right. As I said you, first 3s is filled. Later on 3p is filled, but 3d is not filled. 3d is filled only after 4s is filled. Okay, therefore, we are able to find only 2 types of electronic configuration, right? 8 types of electronic configuration, right? But there are only 2 subshells. That is, in S block, we are having 2 subshells, 2 elements, and in the P block, we are having 6. Right. So altogether, we are having 8 elements present there. We are having 8 elements present there. Okay. Now let's come back to the period 4. Right. So the period 4, which we are discussing here, right? So the orbits which are ending orbit or the outermost orbit which we are able to see is n here. And as principal quantum number n is equal to 4, we can expect 4 type of subshells: 4s, 4p, right? 4s, 4p, 4d, and 4f. Right? But the way of filling is first 4s is filled, later on 3D is filled, and later on 4P is filled. This is the planning what it is filled, filling up, how they are occupying. So altogether, totally they'll be having 18. In that 18, S block elements are 2, S block elements are 2, and P block elements, D block elements are 10, and P block elements are 6. So altogether, totally 18 elements are present in the fourth period, right? If you check it out, here in the fourth period, we are having 2, and here we are having 10, and here we are having 6. Altogether, 18 elements are there in the fourth period. These belongs to S, these belongs to D, and these belongs to P. But as they are in the fourth orbit, we call it as a 4S. But this is nothing but a 3D. And of course, this is nothing but the 4P. And what are all the elements present there? We can say from K to Ca, right? Right, potassium to calcium, scandium to zinc, and gallium to Kr. These are the elements present in the fourth period. Similarly, you can go for the fifth period. Similarly, period 5, right, outermost shell is nothing but the O, order of filling is 6. But as I said you, it is following a third style. It's nothing but style 3. First, S is filled. Now, later on, D is filled. Later on, F is filled. But how they are filling? It is the first 5S is filled. Later on, 4D. Later on, 5P. Right, altogether 18 elements. They are from to 37 atomic number to 54 atomic number. Now comes the very important one, that is nothing but the sixth period. That matters a lot. If you check it out, sixth period, right, no issues. First S orbital will be there. But if you check it out, the third group, right, the third group elements starting from here, the third group elements, right, as soon as the S subshell is filled, they immediately go to F, right, then they come to D, and at the end they go to F. Why? Because third group, of course, there are 4 subshells, that is 6S, 6P, 6D, and 6F. But while filling, first, what is filled? First, 6X is filled. Later on, they come to 4F, right? Later on, they go to 5D. Later on, they go to 6P. This is the order what we are following, right? Altogether, for S orbital, we are having 2 elements. For F orbital, totally 14 elements. D orbital, totally 10 we have. And P orbital, we are having 6. Altogether, 32 elements are present in the sixth period. Now, from where to where? Right, lanthanum, right, if you check it out, from right 55 to right 86, 55 to 86 are the elements present there. But here, just now I said 57 atomic number, 57 to 71. All these are nothing but the 14 elements, lanthanides. They are placed under the periodic table. Means, right, sixth period elements are placed under the periodic table under the name lanthanides. All right, of course, they belong to group 3. Now, similarly, let us go for the seventh period. Seventh period, right, the outermost shell is Q. The subshells present are 7S, 7P, 7D, 7F. But order of filling matters. It follows the style 3. First, 7S is filled, right? Later on, 5F is filled. Later on, 6D is filled. At the ending, 7P are filled. Right. But as you all know, 7P here, it is incomplete. It is not complete. If you check it out, here, the periodic table is not completely filled. Right. So you have to remember, seventh period is incompletely filled. Of course, now you come for the 104 or from 89, right here, 89 to 103, what we call it as actinides, right? The 14 elements, they are placed under the periodic table, right? So, right, S block elements, P block elements, D block elements, and F block elements, and the lanthanides and actinides, they are placed under the right periodic table. So this is how entire elements are arranged in the modern periodic table according to Mr. Moseley. Hope you are able to understand.